Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Josh Dickens of how's it going?
Good. So just getting ready for Wilkesboro this week. Obviously, it's been a lot of preparation and whatnot going into it, but yeah, I'm excited and ready to go.
Yeah. So yeah, so since this is your first time on here, how'd you kind of get into racing a little bit?
Yeah, so I started go-karting 2 years ago from now in April.
Yeah.
So that was my first ever. I did a lot of sim racing before. I sim raced for about a year actually. So I just did a lot of sim racing and I actually really ended up liking it. I love racing on there with a bunch of people and just learning and getting better and better. And we eventually moved up into karts just to try and see, how it would turn out. And we ended up running go-karts all of that year. We ran some, local stuff and regional stuff, and it turned out good. We won a few races, podiumed a lot, and just decided last year it was time to go up to the next level. Legend cars with Joe Ryan race cars. So that ended up going really good also. We won 44% of the races we did. We ran about 90 races last year, ran the road course national championship, finished second at Oval. So everything there went good, and we decided to just move on this year to late model and just see what we had.
So what's it gonna be like racing against a lot of these guys that everyone would recognize? The drivers you grew up watching, what's that gonna be like?
Yeah, I'm honestly just really looking forward to, having the opportunity to go out there and race with these guys, just racing with people like Dale Earnhardt and Kevin Harvick and all these really big names that are known for, all their success in the sport. I think it's gonna be really fun to go out there and, battle it out with them.
Yeah. How many times have you been to North Wilkesboro?
I have never ever been to North Wilkesboro, just on the simulator turning laps there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Miami, Florida.
Okay. So what's that, coming from that area, just what are you gonna be racing this year?
This year we're doing a lot of cars tour, almost a full cars tour season. We may miss a race here and there, but it's really just a season full of late model stock racing, just trying to get accustomed to it and try and get up to speed as quick as possible. Racing against all these guys that have been doing it, their whole lives, and then us coming into it just being only racing for 4 months now in late models and only racing in general for really 2 years. So it's really just been trying to learn and cram everything into one as quick as possible just to kind of make up the time that I have lost on them just to get up to speed.
Yeah. When so so like what track outside of North Wilkesboro, what track are you most looking forward to?
Um, that's a tough question because we go to so many good tracks, but I would say Tri County is definitely one that I'm looking forward to. Tri County is just just got repaved and the line's so different compared to other tracks. Just being able to run the middle, and as rubber gets laid down, and the groove starts to move up closer and closer and closer to the wall. So it's just nice to have a track where you can kind of move around and you're not just stuck to the bottom the whole race.
Oh yeah. Um, by the way, also, how old are you?
I am 16 years old.
Okay. It's yeah, so one of the things that about this cars tour race and also really the ASA race too is that there's a lot of veterans in there, that people have been doing this for a long time. There's also a lot of kids in there too.
Yeah.
What's it like being so young racing, against, people that you watched on TV, grew up watching?
It's like surreal, just to be able to go out there with people that have so much experience and so much knowledge and been doing it so long, just to be able to go out there and compete with them. And it really helps too, just to get it's always out there learning, right? Like you can always get better, you can always be a better driver, and just going out there with guys that have been doing it so long and are so good, always teaches you something that you can get better at.
Yeah. Also, just kind of talk about like, going into this race. Are you nervous or at all? Or are you ready for this?
No, it's not really nervous, just really excited, honestly. We've had a little bit of trouble this year just trying to figure out and find, my footing and just trying to figure out what I need to do to be up there just because the competition is just so tight. Last weekend at Cars Tour and Ace, I qualified 28th, but I was just 2/10 off the pole. So you
Yeah.
just put 2/10 just from 28th to first. So it's just been a struggle just trying to figure out, how to qualify and how to do all that important stuff that you need just to be up there and be able to run at the front, stay out of all the issues in the race. So
Okay. Um, are you, let's see, are you like before a race, do you like, are you more talkative to everybody like on your crew or other drivers or something like that? Or are you just quiet?
uh, it just kind of depends, you know. I try to be kind of like reserved and kind of just stay focused and in the zone and not get too out of it. But if I'm really relaxed and, you know, got good confidence going into it, I'll be, you know, pretty talkative.
All right. Well, um, and then just finally, it's just like, what do you feel like you need to do to have a good run there at North Wilkesboro next week?
I would say really just to keep the car clean, you know, try and get it up in the top 15, top 20 or so, just the front half of the field, just for there so being so many entries, you know, taking 38 cars. It's a pretty large field. So I just say if we can just try and work our way up to the front and just stay out of drama, keep our nose clean, we'll be able to be there at the end.
All right. Well, Josh, thanks so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck at North Wilkesboro. We'll talk to you throughout the year.
Thank you guys.